Alright, what's up y'all? Wooly here, and today we're going to be going over Sorcery DPS. Now I have been slacking on doing this video. I'm not really sure why. I think I just wanted to keep testing, even though I've been Sorcery in the past and I pretty much ran this loadout, except I had Solar Amplifier and I was running Heat Vision in place of Soul Siphon. So here's the loadout. Take a look at it. If you need to put it in, if that's what you're trying to do, by all means. If you're just curious, here's the loadout. Soul Siphon, Shard of Life, Soul Barrage, Soul Storm, Final Ruin, and Neo Venom Boost. Uh, Soul Siphon is interesting because it does double down as a PI, and I know I've said in the past you don't need to have a PI on your loadout because the way that loadouts are made now is it's not necessary to have one when artifacts come into play. So depending on how you set up your loadout and what artifacts you use, you don't necessarily need a PI, because a lot of the PI moves are pretty terrible in terms of the type of damage that they put out, and you kind of lose damage overall. So I don't always recommend running them, but Soul Siphon actually hits very hard. So I do recommend running Soul Siphon. It's one of the few PI powers that I really do like. And like I said, it doubles down here that it gives us that extra damage. So Soul Siphon, and then we go through the loadout here. But these three will benefit from Soul Siphon. I kind of stayed away from it in the past because it is a pull, but you should be fine. You're not really going to pull. Even if you do, like if you're in a duo and you pull them, you just hit them with Shard of Life. And I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but Shard of Life drops a little bomb. You see that? I always thought that was kind of interesting. Just drop a little bomb on them. It reminds me of munitions. And I do refer to sorcery as the magical munitions. Alright, so we're going to do 10-second parsers really quickly. We'll let that run for a minute. And then after some discussion in the comments, we have agreed that we're going to start doing 60-second parsers as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 10-second parsers, and then we'll do 60. And I have the effects turned all the way down. That's why you're not hearing anything but my voice. That way you can hear me loud and clear and hear everything I'm saying. So it doesn't get muddled out. And about every third rotation, tap your triangle to get that blast adapter. There's always somebody when I'm at the sparring target, so we'll get like right up on my characters, get like right in my face. Y'all notice that when y'all are at the sparring targets? Somebody will get right up on you. Speaking of pet builds, I think we are probably going to try to do a pet build. It's just kind of a big investment when you gotta start putting into artifacts. But I think we're going to go ahead and give it a shot because I don't plan on changing from sorcery for a very long time. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop there. We'll take a look at the 10-second parsers. So they started right under that 7 million mark. That was a 60-second parser. But everything under that was 10-second parsers. So sorry, I'm scrolling a bit fast there. There we go. A little bit better. So not bad, right? It pretty much stays over that 1 million mark, and we can get up there pretty high. I can tell you when I'm at the Bat Mage, we get into the over the 2 million mark, because like I said, it just hits different in actual content. But I do have some actual gameplay videos up running this specific build, so if you want to check those out, those are fairly recent and you can see what it looks like in content. Let's go ahead and jump into the 60-second parsers. Before we do that, I'll go ahead and cover the tactical mods. Which there's really not anything to it, to be quite honest. It's just max damage, tumbling master. I don't have anything in the legs. There is one that will give you like a heal back when you use either Soulstorm or Soul Barrage. I forget. It's one of them, but there's a tactical mod that you can put in there that'll just do a little bit of self-healing when you cast it, and that's really it. I'm still running core strength on this character, and to be quite honest, I don't know if core strength or penetrating strikes is better. I think they're both fine, so it comes down to a preference. I am just lazy and I have not bothered to change it back. The back, I just left that for my healing side, so put whatever you want in there. Neck, escalating might, and then we do actually run energize final ruin in the headpiece to get the 3% of our power back. You could actually put the 5% for Neo Venom back in there for your supercharge if you want. It's up to you. I just wanted to test this and see what it was, because I always put Neo Venom in there, so I wanted to see how it performed. I've got no complaints. And then of course blast adapter. Alright. And again, these are the artifacts we're running. Trans, quiz, strat. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at these 60-second parsers here. We're probably only going to do one because that would make the video very long if we did two 60-second parsers. I don't feel like we need two of them. You got to be quick with your range tap for your blast adapter. I kind of messed up the loadout there for a second. There you go. So we got 7,233,360. So fairly close to what the last 60-second parser was. So yeah, we're only gonna do one of those. I don't want to sit here for another minute and doing that. Just have you guys watching me toss powers around. That is it, guys. That is the loadout. It's very straightforward, but it performs very well in content. I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. And you know, my artifacts, they're decent on this character. You know, 151, 153, 152. They're decent. They'll get the job done. But I can tell you that I usually keep up with guys who are a higher combat rating that have similar artifacts or even higher artifacts. Obviously, I'm going to get smashed if I got a real DPS in there that's got 200 arts, but for the most part, we do really well with this specific build and these artifacts at their level. We do really, really well with this. I mean, this is just a good loadout. So if you got 200 artifacts, boy, you're going to be smacking with it. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, that's it, guys. This is the loadout. So if you're new to the channel, stick around, or consider sticking around. If you're a returning viewer, as always, I really appreciate it, guys. Consider giving me a like, consider giving me a subscribe if you're interested. You want to stay up to date on the DC content. And I'll catch you next time. Wooly out.